What's good, people? Agent Juice reporting for duty. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Futurama! And from Futurama, today's Speedpaint subject is going to be everybody's favorite mechanical alcoholic, the one and only Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Bender, honey, we love you.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
And technically, I'll also be throwing in Fry as well. Yes, today is going to be a 2-for-1 because I am a generous man. And also because the picture idea I had required 2 characters to be in it for it to make sense. What am I talking about? Well, dear viewer, I'm talking about smacking that like button to help out the channel with the sweet, sweet YouTube algorithm, of course. But I'm also talking about doing another crossover picture for today's Speedpaint by making an Iron Giant reference. And because I'm making this reference, it was necessary to draw both Bender and Fry for it to make sense. So now that I've gotten that explanation out of the way, let's talk cartoons. Futurama is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. Once again, a hallmark reason as to why that is because it has a fun, unique premise to it. Now, unlike some of the other shows I've covered on this channel, Futurama isn't super unique. For example, I've stated that Ed, Edd n Eddy and SpongeBob are shows that are so unique that I haven't seen anything like them before or since, and that really isn't the case with Futurama. I've felt Futurama's vibe before in some other shows, namely, off the top of my head, Venture Brothers. Now, this is not to say that the shows are similar or that one rips off the other. It's just that they give off this indescribable vibe that I've felt before. So they seem similar to me in an unexplainable X Factor kind of way. So Futurama doesn't have super unique points, but I still consider it a 1 in a million show because it was able to assemble a unique premise during a time where other adult comedy shows were just aping off of the family sitcom formula over and over again. Also, it just has great characters, it has great plots, and it has great writing. So combining all those things together with a show that broke away from the tired family sitcom structure was a breath of fresh air at the time. And because of that, Futurama was basically able to monopolize the not another sitcom adult animated comedy niche before Adult Swim really found its legs and filled that niche with its own shows. The thing I really like most about Futurama has to be the cast and their interactions. And again, we have good character design and good writing to thank for that. I really love just about everyone that works at Planet Express, and how they're fun to watch for their own special reasons. For example, I'm sure there are some of you out there who have that one show that you like to watch, and you know, they would always have that one episode centered around that one character, and you'd be all like, oh great, it's a That Guy episode, and you'd probably want to skip it or something. That really wasn't the case with Futurama. If I had to pick a least favorite character from the cast, it would probably be Zoidberg.
What have I done?
But it's not because I dislike Zoidberg. I think he's funny in his own right. It's just that I connect with him the least, so he's not someone I can relate to. He's just a clown who does funny voices and I can laugh at occasionally. And with that said, even Zoidberg-centric episodes are episodes that I can enjoy in one way or another. There's just something truly magical about having the right cast of characters put together in a show. It's like no matter what they do, what hijinks they get themselves caught up in, or whatever mundane nonsense they're screwing around with this time, I enjoy watching them do their thing. Now, add that great cast to a great premise of a delivery dweeb who gets frozen in cryostasis and wakes up 1,000 years in the future and gets a new job with a bunch of futuristic weirdos and goes on weird futuristic adventures with them, and you get one hell of a ride. Now, I've always been a fan of kooky sci-fi shows. I do have an appreciation for some of the more serious sci-fi stories that try to play the future technology thing as plausible, but there's something specifically wonderful about a zany futuristic setting that throws realism to the wind to favor a more seat-of-your-pants method of storytelling. Things like Invader Zim, Rick and Morty, even Lilo and Stitch has some of this. It's just insanely funny to see what weird and wacky things you can cook up for the characters to get involved with. Futurama takes that zany setting and throws a tight-knit, memorable cast in the midst and yields one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. If there's one thing I wish to glean from Futurama, it is a well-constructed cast with characters that all have their own lovable quirks. Because as great as a kooky sci-fi setting can be, it's going to go nowhere unless the characters interacting with it are fun to watch. And as a segue from that thought, let's now get into arguably the best example of the well-constructed cast interactions on the show, Fry and Bender. Fry is actually my favorite character on the show. He's an idiot, yes, but he's also determined, creative, and stunningly ambitious in his own way. Bender is probably my second favorite character. He's greedy, he's slick, he's frighteningly creative, and yet his reluctant heart of gold is something too delicious to ignore. But the two of them together is something magical, a duo with chemistry that can only be matched by the sacred Fry and Leela union. It's fun to watch the two of them interact with each other, and not for any kind of grand or outlandish reasons. If anything, I appreciate the grounded normalcy of their friendship. With all the crazy hijinks the crew gets themselves into, and with all the strange relationships that have happened between a lot of them over the years.
Come on in, Gary. I'll just be another 20 minutes.
I'll be waiting.
20 minutes? You're practically ready now.
Yeah, but it's good to make them wait a little.
Oh, God, it's true.
It's always nice to see Fry and Bender pal around as sort of a reset to default. It's partially because of that reason that I wanted to do this Iron Giant crossover, to pay homage to their friendship. And of course, the homage seemed pretty obvious, what with Bender being a robot and all that noise. But anyway, at the end of the day, you can rest assured that between Fry and Bender, no matter what wild nonsense they get into, no matter what trials and tribulations they face, they're still both good pals who care about each other and want nothing more than to kick back and have a beer. And with that last thought, I do believe I'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. All right, weirdos, you know the drill. If you like what you see and you wish to see more, go ahead and remember to caringly destroy those like, subscribe, and notification buttons, as it helps the channel out with the algorithm and lets me know what you like. Also, feel free to comment below and let me know what you think, or if you have any requests for future content. And also go ahead and share the video with others so that they too may be infected by our good times. In addition, if you wish to follow me elsewhere, you can hit up my social media links in the description box down below as per usual. And with all that said, I thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you all stick around. And until next time, Doug Dimmadeuces, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadeuces.